Hey guys, happy Monday. I just got back late last night from the Walkaway Unsilent Majority March on Washington, and oh my god, guys, I have never been so proud or felt so blessed to be involved in something in my life. It was a wonderful day. It was a fabulous event. I actually put the video of my talk at the event up on this channel so you can go watch it. You can go kind of see what I talked about there. Also, Walkaway has the entire weekend up on their channel. They have videos from the entire weekend, not only the Unsilent Majority March, but I believe they also have the Women's Town Hall that we did on Friday. Both events were amazing. The day was beautiful. The crowd was it was a sea of people. I've seen news reports saying that there were like hundreds of people. No, there were not hundreds of people. There were thousands of people. Look at the photos. Like there was people so far as the eye can see. It was an incredible day, and I just felt so blessed to be a part of it. But I wanted to use this as an opportunity to do kind of like a new segment of videos I've been thinking about doing, simply because I get so many questions from you guys, either from email or Twitter or comments you leave on the videos. And so I thought I would do a kind of a regular segment of videos called Ask Dr. K, which you get to ask me questions and I get to give you an answer. And it could be about whatever you want, but of course I want to choose the ones I choose to answer. And what I want to talk about today is public speaking. Because you guys talk to me a lot about public speaking. You say, oh my God, Carlin, you've gotten so good at public speaking since you went to the Trump rally. And I think you're making the assumption that I kind of started publicly speaking after the Trump rally. That's not true. I started way, way, way before that. We're going to talk about this in this video. But a lot of you also ask me for advice on how to become a better public speaker. And so I want to just share a little bit of my background with this, because like I said, I did not start speaking publicly after the Trump rally. I started doing public speaking like back in 2005. I started doing it just as at industry conferences I was in. I was working in higher education at the time, specifically in marketing and web communication, stuff like that. And so there are all these industry conferences around that, and I would go and I present at those conferences. I would talk about email marketing or social media or things like that, and I would have to get up in front of a group of people and have my PowerPoint slides and give my little talk, and I've been doing that for probably about 15 years now. Now, when I first started speaking publicly, I sucked real bad. I sucked. I was not good. And that's true of most people. Listen, if you don't have a lot of experience publicly speaking, and public speaking can mean a variety of different things. It could mean that you get up in front of a live audience and give a talk. It could be a small audience. It could be a big audience. It could be that you have a YouTube channel. It could be that you give virtual presentations. It could be that you give a presentation in your office. All of these things count as public speaking. And all of these things, like anything that's worth doing, it simply takes practice to get good at it. It takes practice to develop your voice. It takes practice to develop your cadence. It takes practice to, know how to speak off the cuff. You guys know for these videos, I don't ever script things out, because I feel like I come across as incredibly fake and inauthentic when I script things out. Also, it's a pain in the butt, and I think too much about it. Whereas if I just kind of go free flow, I'm able to make, I think, a lot more sense and get at points that are actually more important than if I planned every minute detail. Now, you might not be able to do that if you haven't been public speaking for a while like I have, because that's one of the things that you really learn how to do, even if you have your entire talk planned out. And when I do something more formal, like a keynote, like something that's like an hour long, I do have the whole thing planned out. I don't just go shoot from the hip for an entire keynote like I did for the speech at the Walkaway rally, which is only like 5 to 10 minutes. So you learn how to improv, and you learn how to be able to kind of go off the script when you just practice a lot. So getting back to it, there are a lot of ways, if you want to become a great public speaker, that you can do this. You can just start speaking at conferences or virtual conferences now. Do Zooms, do webinars. You can practice in your home. You can join something like Toastmasters. You can join local professional associations. Just put yourself out there. But I think that you can take improv classes. Improv classes are another great way to develop this ability. But I think that the big point is that I want to make with this is that if you want to become a good public speaker, you just got to get out there and start doing it. You just got to start doing it. And you have to know that you're probably going to suck at first. You're almost certainly going to suck for a good long time. Listen, I spoke at my first conference. I'm pretty sure it was like 2005 or 2006, something like that. So it's been 15 years. I don't think I got really good at public speaking. I mean, maybe kind of the early when I started getting really good, it was probably around 2011. But I think it probably actually took me to get like really good to the point where people were paying me thousands of dollars to like come and speak at their events or their organizations. I probably didn't get there until like 10 years into my public speaking journey. Now, I probably could have gotten there a lot sooner if I had put more energy into it, if I gotten like a speaking coach and we came up with a plan. I didn't do that. I just kind of like went and kept speaking and kept refining things until I just happened to get really good at it. Now, another thing that really helps is I did a lot to try to learn from other public speakers. So I became like a presentation nerd. I would go because I was going to all these conferences all the time. And I made it a habit that even if I wasn't necessarily interested in the subject matter of every speaker, I would still try to go to as many presentations as possible just to see how they were presenting, to see what they were doing, to see what worked and what didn't, and what I thought they could improve, and to take tips and tricks away from them, because I learned so much from other people. I think my big aha moment with public speaking came when I attended South by Southwest in like 2006, 2007. I think it was 2006. And I mean, that's obviously like South by Southwest back then was different than it is now, but I saw so many amazing speakers and they inspired me to want to be better. And then I was able to practice, and I emulated so many of them for a while. And I think that it's okay to emulate other speakers while you're finding your own voice, while you're trying to figure out what works for you. If you've seen the movie Finding Forrester, which is a great movie, it's an old movie. I originally saw it came out like when I was in college, but it's a great movie. If you've never seen Finding Forrester, go watch that movie. But there's a scene in Finding Forrester where this genius high school kid is being mentored by one of the all-time great American writers. And he basically, what he did was he gave him the start of a short story or something that he had written. He said, just type my words until you find your own. And I tell you this because it's okay to emulate people that you think are great public speakers, whether it be me or anyone else. A lot of people on YouTube might become great examples for you, but emulate them until you find your own words, because your own voice will develop. You just have to get out there and do it. Now, people worry about a lot of things when they start doing public speaking. The big thing, and this again was like back in the day when we actually did in-person events. I don't know, maybe it's changed now. But the big thing that I always used to run into when I was having these conversations with people was, oh my God, my PowerPoint slides have to be perfect. Or can I even use PowerPoint? Because PowerPoint sucks and all these other programs better. Guys, like, that's like the least important thing in the world. I use PowerPoint when I'm doing keynote presentations or, trainings for organizations. I use PowerPoint. PowerPoint is fine. PowerPoint is what you make of it. It is perfectly adequate, but it is not about your slide design. Your slide design, like, you don't want slides to look sucky. You want to put some effort into them, but there are things that are so much more important than your slide design when it comes to public speaking or, the outfit that you're wearing or any of this. It's about how you show up. It's about how you control that room. It is about having presence to know that people are coming to see you speak. And again, this is whether it's a group small or large, community organization, virtual presentation, wherever, people are coming to see you speak because they want to hear from you. And you have to, in order to be a great public speaker, you want to bring in a presence with you that I really think can best be developed with practice. Practice, 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 and be prepared to suck and know you're going to suck a lot of times. And eventually when you practice enough, you're going to get better. And it does not happen overnight. And, I think that even when you get good at it, guys, there are days when I still suck. There are days when I still suck at this. There are videos that I make, I'm like, oh, dude, what were you thinking? But none of that matters. What matters is that you show up, you try, and you will absolutely get better over time. So that's my advice on public speaking. Guys, if you have questions for me that you want me to answer in a short video, go ahead and go over to drcarlin.com. There is a contact form on the website. send in those questions, and I do plan to do a whole bunch more of these videos. Just every once in a while, if I get a good question that I'm inspired to answer, I'll do my best, or maybe I'll do sometimes, not right now because the election's coming up and I'm a little bit busy, but sometimes I do improv happy hour live streams on Fridays. Right now I'm usually traveling on Fridays to go to walkaway rallies and stuff like that, but I do plan to integrate more of your questions into videos I'm doing just to break it up. Listen, I don't need to be ranting about the news all the time. I like to talk about other stuff. So I definitely look forward to hearing what you guys want to learn about. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, turning on those notifications. Hey, you can even leave a comment and let me know what questions you want me to answer there. All right, guys, that's all I've got for right now. I'll see you soon.